Good morning! This feels so nice. So it is, I forgot my watch. It is Wednesday for sure, it's some day in July. And I'm about to go get groceries. But before that, I want to have a little snack. So it's a rest day today for me. On Wednesdays, I usually do not go to the gym. I might go run in the afternoon if I get time, but I only do 4 workout days right now because I just get sore. Too much. So it's a rest day, which I take advantage of because I use the rest day or the workout time to get my groceries. I actually just recently restructured my grocery shopping, I want to say. So I only got to go maybe like once a month to get big groceries, anything that I can freeze and anything that stays nice and fresh, or anything that's dry. And then weekly I just get vegetables like my zucchini. I eat a lot of zucchini. You'll see today. And what else? Like tomato and lettuce and stuff like that. Some fruits maybe. We don't eat a lot of fruits, but anyway. About to go get groceries. I just recently, like 2 weeks ago, finished my cut, so I am reversing right now. And I am following macros, but those macros are based on a meal plan that I worked myself out that fit perfectly to my lifestyle, to my preferences and all that. So for my pre-workout, I usually have a protein bar. But since I don't work out today, I'll still have a protein bar because I'm still trying to hit the same amount of average calories. But on rest days, I like to take advantage of a little more fat and take away from my carbs a little bit. So I'll probably be around 65 grams of fats today, 145, I think, grams of protein, and the rest will be carb. We will see in the end. But for my rest day protein bar, I'm gonna have my favorite one. So I stopped having them during workout days because they're just a little bit higher in fat. They have 14 grams of fat, 10 grams of protein, and I think also 14 grams of carbohydrates. Yes, it's these Think Keto protein bars. They have the normal Think ones and the Think Keto ones. I gotta say, I've never had the normal Think ones, but this one is just so good, especially this flavor, the peanut butter chocolate one. I also tried their, here you see the brownie one a couple of times. It's nice too, chocolate mousse pie, but this is my favorite and I show you why. First of all, you gotta keep them in the fridge. They taste so much better out of the fridge. You cannot leave them in the car because they're gonna melt. They're like peanut butter, literally. And if you break it open, you will see it looks kind of similar to a Reese's Fast Break, one of my favorite protein bars. Needless to say, it also kind of tastes like it, which is nice. It's just so good. So this is meal number 1. Normally at 6 o'clock. It's already 7:30 right now because I got to sleep in a little bit. Before I head out to get groceries, I gotta go through my list. I track my groceries on notes. I track everything on notes. I have my workout plan here too. I also have my meal plan here. But let's get groceries. Month. And then I just check off whatever I need. So that will take me about 3 minutes. But I also want to call my mom very quick. And then we'll get groceries and be back for that. And actual breakfast, I guess. Try them, they're so good. We're back. This is pretty much everything I need for the month. Gotta say I didn't get everything. Some things we already had, of course, and some things I get at different places. But for this grocery store, I only want to go back once a month, get everything that I can get there for the month, and that's it. So I set it up per meal. Somehow, kinda. Starting over here with meal number 2 actually, because meal number 1 is just a protein bar, so I get those on Amazon. But meal number 2 is actual breakfast. I have 100 grams of egg whites in the mornings for the selenium, you know what I mean? And then a coffee in the morning, so I use some almond milk sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I like it black, but what I also use for my coffee in the morning is, let me show you our wonderful supplement cabinet. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Sweet drops. This flavor, the hazelnut sweet drops in the coffee in the morning is my favorite. I get that at Sprouts. So to Sprouts I go on a different day in the month, but also try to go just once a month. But yeah, I get that at Sprouts. And to that I also have Ezekiel bread. 2 slices of Ezekiel bread in the morning, which I keep in the freezer, and I also didn't need to stock up right now. My favorite one is, I think, the sesame one or the blue one. But they are all delicious, and they're the closest bread I can find to German bread, so I love that. I have 2 slices of that, and then either rice cakes or like some kind of fruit to that to hit 45 grams of carbs in the morning for meal number 2. Today's a rest day, so I will do that a little differently, but I'll share about that when we get to breakfast, which is like about time. Anyway, meal number 2. I think that's it what I need for meal number 2. Meal number 3, I have often at work, but when I have it at home, I have 3 ounces of cooked chicken thighs, which I already had. I buy that also in bulk on another day at another store for the whole week, for the whole month, and then I just freeze it and put it in here. So we are stacked with meat, no meat, but we got some broccoli for meal number 3, which I got, I believe, 6 bags for the whole month. So I do half a bag per lunch. Chicken thighs, and if I eat lunch at work, then I have a baby bell to that. If I eat it at home, I either have some shredded chicken or a cheese stick, which is very delicious. And then sometimes I also put a little bit of whipped cream cheese on there. Super delicious. Plus, the best seasoning when I have lunch at home is this popcorn seasoning. Try this on vegetables and thank me later. It's delicious. Meal number 4 is cream of wheat with protein powder, some nuts and seeds, and I think that's it. So I use currently 30 grams of cream of wheat, which I got 2 bags. I like the instant one the best. I don't do oats because oats kind of like make my stomach feel funny. I don't feel the best, I realize. So I don't do that anymore, but cream of wheat is amazing. I use PE Science protein powder right now in my supplement cabinet I just showed you. Let me show you again. My favorite PE Science flavor is, I think, white chocolate or vanilla. I like it like cheesecake flavor. There were like 3 different flavors right now, but you know what I mean. When it comes to protein powder, I rather do the vanilla route than the chocolate route. But right now I'm just going through the rest of this cookies and cream. It's very delicious also. In general, I like PE Science. I'm not sponsored or anything, but their products are just in general always so good. And that's also the stack that I had today in the morning. I'm completely going off track right now with the grocery haul, but I didn't say anything to that in the morning. I had this stack together, some BCAAs and some electrolytes. This is not my favorite flavor, so I'm just trying to run through that right now, the orange dreamsicles, but the electrolytes are delicious. And I usually use them in half servings, but twice a day. So I use like a serving a day. In the morning, it just helps me wake up and replenish my water, I guess. And then I also do that during my workout / after my workout. I have the other serving. Very delicious. Anyway, back to this. Why did I talk about that? PE Science. Yes, protein powder in my cream of wheat. And then I also do seeds on there. So I am trying myself on some seed cycling right now. I'm currently in the phase where I do sunflower seeds and flax seeds. No, that's a lie. Pumpkin seeds and flax seeds. So pumpkin seeds I use on top of my cream of wheat, which are these seeds. Let me show you. So I use some seeds or pumpkin butter. And then once I'm in the other phase of the cycle, I'll switch that out for sunflower butter. I love sunflower butter too. So that is easy to switch out. 12 grams of that on top, and that's meal number 4. I usually prep that and take that with me because that always falls around 3 o'clock. Then at 6 o'clock, I have my meal number 5, which kind of acts as dinner as well. It's again a protein source, a vegetable source, and a carb source. So meal number 3 and 5 are very similar. Now though, I like to have a little bit more of a fattier meat. So now I have prepped ground turkey and ground beef. Both of them are 93.7. And to that, if I have the turkey, I do a little bit more cheese to hit the same amount of macros as ground beef. And as my vegetables, I have zucchini, which I already have prepped in the fridge. Didn't get to the day either because I get them fresh. So I get them weekly at Trader Joe's. And as my carb source, I love right now making my own popcorn. If I don't do popcorn, I might do rice or potatoes as well. So there's filled up the carb sources. I also got a little bit more pasta today, also for my husband. He loves pasta, so we'll do that. And that wraps up meal number 5. And then meal number 6 is the last meal of the day, which is that still in frame? Yes, it is. Some Greek yogurt, 200 grams of Greek yogurt at night. So I got 6 buckets of Greek yogurt, that should last me, plus 5 grams of my favorite pudding mix, the white chocolate one. It makes such a difference. It's so delicious. I love putting that in there. I also put a pinch of salt in there, don't forget that, and some sweetener. And 50 grams of Fairlife. Fairlife, very important because the macros are just superior to normal milk, and you need that to bind with the pudding powder. You could do it with almond milk. I did that during the cut a lot, but it just works out so much better with actual milk. So I use 50 grams of that. This plus the Greek yogurt does also help me to reach my calcium goal for the day. So that's why we do that. Cream of wheat, by the way, is really good for your vitamin Bs. That's why we do that. And then when it comes to snacks, I still sometimes, very often, still get hungry during the day or at night if I want to snack something else. I love having some Jell-O prepped in the fridge, so I usually do a whole pack. I just microwave the water to bring it to a boil and then pour the water in here and pour the Jell-O in there and then fill it up with the rest water. And then it usually hardens up within like 4 to 6 hours, I want to say. So we do that. And I think that's it what I eat in a day. Very simple. Very, very simple. Yeah. Over here, the other things that I got is some burritos, one of them per week for my husband again. The rest I will freeze. Then I got some bagels because we have bagel Sundays going on this week at Vine at our church. So I got some bagels to prep them. I also got my husband his monthly restock of Sunny D as well as some lemonade, which is delicious. And then the last couple of things I get on a monthly basis are like shampoo and conditioner and stuff. So there we had to stock up on some lotion, some soap, some scrub. Have never tried this one, but want to give this one a try this month. Then my favorite hair product right now is this leave-in conditioner. It makes your hair so nice and soft. It's amazing. It's like out of a salon with that. So love it. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but we expanded our family a little bit. This is Honey. And Honey is a 2-year-old little pit bull, Kona's little big sister, and not so gentle giant, but they've been doing well together. We have them now together for like about a month, I want to say. So that's been going well. Anyway, that's it for groceries. I'm gonna put them away, make breakfast, and then we'll have meal number 2 on a rest day.
I think I officially have like a link. In case
After Vine group, I think it's today. Yeah, double check.
Saturday.
Now, this is breakfast, meal number 2. 100 grams of egg whites. I put salt and a little bit of sweetener in the dough, and then I topped it with 12 grams of this nut butter because this does contain some flax seeds in there as well. So 12 grams of that, and then on the side, 2 slices of bread, 2 slices of Ezekiel bread with 33 grams of turkey breast, and under there some tomato and lettuce with salt, and then my 50 grams of spinach. So this whole thing has 25 grams of protein around, 35 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of fat. Now on my training days, I'd have 2 slices of bread plus some more carbs for 45 grams of carbs, 25 grams, so the same amount of protein, and only 2 grams of fat. So now I have 10 grams of fat versus 2 grams of fat, meaning a little bit more peanut butter, but less additional carbs, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna enjoy that right now. It is an hour and a half later than I usually eat, so I am a little hungry right now. And with that, I wanna show you, I'm also gonna have some coffee, and look at this beauty. So yesterday we had an event at work and we had a lot of coffee left over, so I got to bring that home. Super excited for that. Yum, honey. So yum. I'm so bummed. I think I just filmed a whole clip without any sound. Anyway, it's time for meal number 3. I am having here not my normal, so normally for lunch I have, when I have it at home, 85 grams of chicken thigh cooked with some cheese and veg and protein and carbs. However, I'm having here now 85 grams of bruschetta with some cheese, fresh buffalo mozzarella cheese, because these were still leftovers from yesterday. During the event, we had catering from Whole Foods, delicious catering. And I got to take home all the leftover bruschetta and mozzarella and lettuce. I had that yesterday for dinner, and shrimp yesterday for dinner too. That was nice. So now I have the rest of the bruschetta right now as my protein source. For my vegetable source, I have once a day broccoli. So right now it's broccoli with my favorite lunch sauce, which is like a sugar-free teriyaki sauce, super delicious. And then 100 grams of potatoes with a little bit of salt and ketchup. Now, this meal, since it's a rest day, has a little bit less carbohydrates and a little bit more fat, so protein amount stays the same. This meal has 30 grams of protein, 25 coming from the meat source, plus 25 grams of carbs. Yes, on training days I'd have 35 grams of carbs and 10 grams of fat instead of 7-ish grams of fat on training days, which brings the calories to the same amount, but the macro ratio is a little bit different. Anyway, I'll enjoy that right now. I also just got an Amazon delivery of a scrapbook, because last night we decided to start scrapbooking all our memories of this year. So I'm gonna start that tonight maybe. Then I also have to finish some more work in school. I just did all morning work, school. Also got to clean our bathroom. That's always my Wednesday task, as well as cleaning the dogs. That's also my Wednesday task, so I'll get to that later. Now I'm gonna go through some vocabulary because I'm taking a Spanish class right now. Then I'll go get back to work. Have my next meal, I think. Then I'll go on a run. And then at night, I'm gonna try to get to finishing a program that I wrote for a sister from church. She gave me the opportunity to write her a meal plan for the next 13 weeks. She gave me 13 weeks, so I'll get to that tonight, and that's it. So I'll see you for meal number 4 in maybe like 2 hours or so, because it's already 2:30. Normally I have this meal at 1, but that's okay because we had breakfast a little later. So see you soon. All right, I gotta be quick. It is 4:26. I have another meeting in 4 minutes, and my next meal right now is 21 grams of cream of rice with 25 grams of protein powder. I cooked it in water and also stretched it with some cauliflower rice. Then I put a little bit of almond milk in there, some salt. I topped it with 50 grams of blueberries that I also used to cool it down. And the leftover pumpkin seeds plus some more nut butter for 18 grams of nuts or seeds. This meal now has 30 grams of protein, again 25 grams of carbs and 10 grams of fat. Super excited. That is probably one of my favorite meals. I love cream of wheat. So delicious. Amazing. Anyway, gotta eat and I'll be back. 7 o'clock now. Time for meal number 5. Meal number 5 is super simple because I can just put everything in the air fryer and let it run until it's done. Right now I have in here around one zucchini, and 3 ounces of either ground beef or ground turkey. Let me turn that. There you see. And I just put that in the air fryer all together on the same amount, like 390 Fahrenheit, I think, until it's done. It's usually around 10 minutes. And yeah, on my plate here, I already have some tomato and lettuce. So I can make a little lettuce burger. And then I have like a sludge of this light mayo, which has the same amount of calories and macros pretty much as the, I can't believe it's not butter on a serving. And I have like 4 grams on there. You really don't need a lot for the flavor. Plus, we want a little bit more fats today anyway. So yeah, in the beginning, I still cut the zucchini like super thin so they would get nice and crispy and crunchy. Now though, I got so lazy that I just cut them in thick chunks, whatever is quicker. And now, to the best part, I also made some popcorn myself. I love this. I saw this hack on YouTube, I think. So I just use sandwich bags and put the dry popcorn in there. Then I sprayed it with a little bit of avocado spray. Put salt on there. And you get so much. This whole thing is only 28 grams of popcorn. And look at that. This is so nice. What a beautiful plate. Anyway, I'll enjoy that. Put a little bit more salt on there. And do my Bible study. I usually do that with meal 5 because I did have to like habit stack it. Otherwise, I try to do it before going to sleep, right before I fall asleep pretty much when I go to bed. But sometimes I get home so late that all I want to do is sleep. So didn't always work out. And gave me an excuse not to do it, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna eat, do my Bible study, Bible reading, and then I will let myself relax and not do anything for like 20 minutes because right now it really hit me. I'm getting tired. It's also an hour later than I usually eat, so I'll eat, calm down a little bit, rest, relax, and then try to get a little bit more work done and school done. So wish me luck. And I'll be back for meal number 6. And I promise that's the last and final meal. And then we're done for the day. You did it! Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I just started editing the video. I'm not even at breakfast yet. And I'm already at 10 minutes. So I'll keep this short. Last meal, it is already after 9. And I had that prepped already from, I think, last night. And I didn't eat it because in the end, my macros turned out a little bit differently than I expected. So I had to kind of adjust it a little bit. So this was already prepped. I just kept it for today. 200 grams of Greek yogurt. I mixed in grounded flax seeds. I was ground them myself and store them in a little cup like that. So that's what I used for 2 weeks. 12 grams of grounded in there. And they also bind water, so it gets even more thicker and fluffier. That's why I use a little bit more. Ooh, they're complaining right now because I prepped something for them. But anyway, that's why I add a little bit more milk and water. So 12 grams of flax seeds, 200 grams of Greek yogurt, 5 grams of pudding powder. And then I top that with a little bit of peanut butter. And what I also just microwaved is some 50 grams of blueberries, because one of my favorite things are hot-cold combinations. So whenever possible, whenever I have this one at home, I like to separate it and eat it like that. Might be another one of my favorites. Yum. Also, as a quick tip, Chobani and Fage is like $6 to $7 per pint. if you get the Greek yogurt non-fat, unflavored vanilla, no, unflavored vanilla, the great value non-fat plain yogurt, it's like $3 per pint. So much better price. Anyway, so I have here a little bit of whipped cream right now for the dogs because they have been reminding me that they haven't gotten their multivitamin today. Call me crazy, but I feed them those like kids multivitamins. They are like dissolvable and they love it. They don't eat it by themselves, like by itself, but when I put it into the whipped cream, they'll eat it full. So, one of them is already down here. Come here, Kona. Ready? Ready for your nightly snack? Sit. There you go. You're welcome. So we'll have our last meals. Again, this is 21 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fat, and that rounds up this full day of eating, brings me to I believe 141 grams of protein, 150 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of fat, which is exactly what I wanted, so that's perfect. It adds up to around 750 calories, which is my second increase since my cut, but I will talk more about that in part 2 of this video, which is going to be tomorrow, where I want to film a full day of eating on a training day, also at work. So I'll film as much as possible and also explain a little bit how I approach this reverse. So be back for tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this video. God bless you, and I'll see you super soon. Bye bye.